Hi guys. In this video I wanted to show you how to triumph Hardcore Solo without any glitches. And because I'm making this video, you might think that I did manage to triumph it myself. However, I didn't manage to do it. Mainly because getting to wave 50 and wave 50 itself are two different things, which I will explain later. But if you follow this video, you will be able to get to wave 50 and be close to killing the boss yourself, basically all the time. What you are watching right now is my best attempt that I've gotten throughout around 20 attempts total. You might think that 20 is a lot, and it is. I didn't manage to do it, but if you want to have an attempt at this, I strongly advise you to follow the strategy I'm doing right now. I'm going to speed up the waves, which aren't too complicated, but if you want, you can slow down the video anytime you want. At the start, what you want to do is skip wave 1 and then wait for the golden cowboy. Do not skip wave 2 and do not skip wave 3. If you do, you will leak a lot of zombies and you need as much health as possible for the later waves. Wait for the golden cowboy, place it, upgrade it, and when it's wave 4, you can skip it and upgrade the golden cowboy to level 2. And after doing so, set it to strongest, because you want to keep as much base health as possible. You will want to play with the targeting a little bit to hit as many zombies as possible without leaking any big HP ones. So like switch it back to first, switch it back to strongest. It depends on how you play. After getting first golden cowboy level 2, you need to save up for the second one, but this time you need to place it up front. Just place down another golden cowboy and upgrade it to level 2, and you will have 2 of them now. Wave 7, 8, 9 and 10, and also 11 are kinda just like a waiting game. You basically just wait, because you need to save up for the golden cowboy level 3 in the back. So yeah, basically all you do is wait, you don't have to do anything else. You can play with targeting a little bit, so like make all hefties be at 12 HP. So you know, the level 3 cowboy will have to shoot it twice for more money, but that's it. All you have to do is wait. Now, you shouldn't instantly upgrade the cowboy to level 3, because if you do, you will lose a little bit of money. I basically wait until like the invisibles will be up front. That's when I upgrade my cowboy to level 3. I do not recommend upgrading it too early. You will lose some money, and money early game is important. You can see that I skipped wave 11. I would recommend you guys don't do it, mainly because you guys are probably new to this strategy, and I myself did it like 20 times and I know my limits, and I'm kinda speedrunning this. So do not skip wave 11. However, do skip wave 12 and wave 13 as soon as possible, because you need to get 2 engineers level 2 in the back by the time the balloons come. Those next 5 waves you will about to see are going to be probably the toughest ones. You will probably die a couple of times before you get used to the strategy, because those waves right now are the hardest ones. Besides wave 50 itself, those waves are the hardest, because engineers, they miss a lot, and you need to place them in a good spots. You can do mine spots, but yeah, whatever spots you will choose, you will basically leak a balloon or 2 no matter what. So that's why you need as much base HP as possible. For the first wave of leads, you need 2 engineers level 2 and 1 engineer level 1 in the back to survive them. If you don't have those towers in the back, you will basically die. You can see that I placed down the golden cowboy level 0. You might do that as well, but be mindful that I barely just made enough money for the engineer when the leads were in range. So getting golden cowboy first before another engineer might be a mistake. If you wanna play it safe, go for the engineer first, then the golden cowboy. Those 3 engineers in the back should handle the wave 15, but be mindful that I only survived on 5 HP. So if you are dying, get a 4th one. But you should also focus on getting more golden cowboys level 2 up front, because you will need them to make money, and also to damage the enemies. But mainly to make money. You can see that I have problems with those leads because I only have 3 engineers, but if you have 4 of them, you shouldn't leak anything. Also, those balloons in the back, they should also die without problems. But if you are dying to them, upgrade one of the engineers to level 2. So you will have 3 level 2 engineers. But after that, the game is basically spamming level 2 cowboy. And you will see. If you survived up to wave 17, you don't have to focus on engineers as much, you can focus more on golden cowboys. So get more golden cowboys level 2, maybe get a DJ, just as I do. But for wave 19, you need to get this. I recommend, you don't have to do this, but that's my way of playing. You can get golden cowboy level 3 and set it to strongest so he can damage the mega slow. Also get one engineer up front because it's going to be important later on. But what I do is level 3 golden cowboy, I set it to strongest and I let it damage the mega slow, while the other golden cowboys are damaging the lead bosses for free money. 2 golden cowboys level 3 should be enough to take down the mega slow, so the one golden cowboy you will have up front and the one in the back is enough for the mega slow. But if you are dying, you can just set one more golden cowboy up front to the strongest and you should win easily. Also, those lead bosses, they should be killed by the engineers. welcome back. It's wave 50, which is probably the hardest wave in the entire game. Mostly not because it's hard, mostly because it's luck based. Basically you need to get very lucky to win this now. So, when you start off, make sure that Call to Arms is activated at all times. You can sell the commander you just used, place another one, max it out, and use it again after like 7 seconds. Just make sure that Call to Arms is always active. You can do this without any problems because there are no enemies that stun anything for now. The first enemy that will be able to stun is going to be the I think Unknowns, and then Vindicator spawns in. So you don't have to worry about stuns just yet. What you have to worry about is just making sure that Call to Arms is activated at all times. Now, this is going to be difficult to explain, but I hope the placements you have are very similar to the ones I have, because if you have like a Golden Cowboy too close to the middle, there's a chance that the Void might do the soul attack and he's gonna stun like a lot of your towers and he's gonna spawn in a lot of souls. So make sure that the baits work and make sure that the cowboys in the middle aren't too close to the enemies, to the track. What else? Yeah, Vindicators. With the placements I have, the Axel placements, the Vindicators shouldn't be able to stun the Accelerators. They just can't. I've did it like 7 times, like this placement, and they just don't seem to be able to stun them. I don't know why, but the Axel should be safe. However, if it does get stunned, just sell it and replace it back. That's also important when the Void comes out. If the Void comes out and he does the stomp, he stuns everything. You should be, in that time, you should sell Axels that I stunned and place a new ones. You need to resell them and buy them back if they are stunned. That's the important thing. If you don't, you might get overwhelmed by the Vindicators and Unknowns. So yeah. Now, I'm gonna explain the Void Reaver a little bit because it's going to be your main enemy here. Because if you have the strategy in mind, the Unknowns and Vindicators shouldn't be an issue most of the time. But the main issue is going to be the Void. Because he has 3 stages. We're on stage 1 right now. The stage 1 is not as lag based as it usually is. Because in stage 1 he can do 3 attacks. He can do the soul steal, like, you know, he swings his sword on the ground and he steals like a bunch of souls. But you have baits, they should work, like the placements I have, they should work most of the time. He shouldn't target the middle, he's gonna target the closest one. So this attack is safe. You should hope for that attack. The second attack is the summon attack. You know, he stops in place, he summons a bunch of enemies. That's also a great attack. However, what you don't want to have in the first stage are the funny bubbles that appear, because those bubbles stun. That's the only attack that the Void Reaver can do that can actually stun your Accelerators and other towers. So if you get unlucky, like me one time, you can get like bubbles all the time and your Accelerators are going to get stunned, and you might get overwhelmed because of it. So the first stage is the easiest one, I would say, because it doesn't rely on luck as much. Okay, so we are about to enter the stage 2, and the stage 2 of the Void is the most annoying, but also the best stage you can be on, in my opinion, of the Void. Because we are still on stage 1, and you can see that the Void is in the middle, and no matter how much DPS you do, no matter how good you are, the Void is going to transform around in the middle. And there's a chance when he's in the middle of the track, in the middle of your towers, he might do the soul attack. If he does the soul attack, he will steal a bunch of souls. You cannot avoid that. That's the only thing you can get unlucky in the stage 1 of the Void. If he's in the middle and he does the soul attack and steals like 10 souls and you die to the souls. Happened to me several times. It's not fun. Also, make sure to mark your commander, mark your accelerators, mark your engineers. You have to resell those towers and put them back on. I recommend selling the DJ and putting him in the back when he's about 500,000 HP left. That's where you should like move your DJ. Now, let's explain the stage 2 of the Void, because it's kinda different from the stage 1. In the stage 2, he can no longer spawn in souls, he can no longer do the soul attack, but it's replaced by something even worse. He can stomp now. And oh my god, the stomp is the most annoying thing in this game. Void can do now, he has 3 abilities again. He can do the summon, which he stays in place, summons a bunch of enemies, and that's a great attack. He can still do the funny bubbles that I like, that they can stun, but they don't cover all the map. And now he has the stomp, which stuns everything and is unfair and annoying. And stage 2 is like, you need to start reselling towers and placing them in the back, I would say. That's the main objective right now. So focus on that. At 240,000 HP, the Void is going to enter the Deathwish stage. And on this stage, you will die most of the time. Mostly because it's entirely lagged based. No matter how good you are, you can just lose because the Void doesn't want you to win. And it's up to luck if you win or not. Now, you might ask, how lagged based is the last stage? Well, if he does stomps twice, at least twice, you are dead, you won't win. If he does 1 stomp and 1 bubble attack that stuns most of your towers, you are dead. If he doesn't do a single portal, you are dead. Basically, what you want is at least 2 summon attacks. He needs to summon twice in order to win. Or he needs to summon once, but you need to get very lucky that he only does 1 stomp and the bubbles like miss every single tower of yours. Now, this is all up to luck. This stage, if you have the right towers in the right place, all you can do is just hope that the Void does the summons. That's all you can hope for. And why do I call this the best attempt? I got him lower. My record is like 90,000. However, in this attempt, he didn't do a single summon in the Deathwish stage. And if he did the summon in the middle, instead of like a stomp, I would probably win. Which is just sad. So yeah, and that's how you win hardcore solo, if you want to take this challenge. I personally do not recommend it. That's it. See ya.